Day 2 of SailGP Sydney, and for some teams, after day 1, which was a tricky one, a certain amount of consolidation, and for others, well, there's a fair bit of work to do because that was a tough first start up. An east-southeasterly breeze made it really challenging, and the start line was sitting in the lee of Shark Island, which is highly problematic. It was extremely patchy, and they were also only using the 24-metre wings. They had a reduced crew too. It was a mixed bag for many of them, but most impressive of all was the Spanish, who somehow managed to link together all the highly patchy pieces of wind to get a very convincing win. And as was said in the broadcast, Joel Rodriguez, who's the flight controller, really did a great job. And he's not a name most people know, Florian Trittel and Diego, of course, but he really did an excellent job there. And indeed, the Flying Roos did pretty well first and last, with a bit of a mixed bag in the middle. Unfortunately, some people just did not have any luck, and the Canadians were amongst them. Giles Scott said afterwards, we had lots of snakes and 0 ladders, so it really was a bit of a lottery. Today looks lighter, actually. The sun's sort of poking through a little bit here. Breeze, though, is going around into east-northeast, and it might make it a little less patchy. And of course, with a 27.5 metre rig, that will help them a little bit getting up. Not sure whether we'll get reduced crew. 27.5, in fact, is what was the 29-metre rig. They've reduced it, and one assumes that that's to do with the fact that on these light air foils and the T-foils, once they're up, they actually don't need that extra weight and indeed that extra power at that point. We might find out about that later. Talking about wings, 2 really good videos, if you get a chance to see them, really excellent tech videos. One on the wing itself by Paul Campbell-James, and indeed on trimming, and the second one by Billy Goodrum, the flight controller, both of North Star Canada. Those are really great videos, and we'll put a link in on our post for that, so you can have a look at those. Finally, some interesting stuff about levelling the playing field. One of the difficulties is, and in the last 2 events we've not been able to get full practice, is how you level the field when the people who are newer to the game and have got the less experienced teams can actually see this through and really compete. And there are simulators and there's data sharing and everything else, but they're really, like every other aspect of sailing, when you're a team and the very, very fine choreography that's required to sail an F50, you really need time on the water. SailGP have now linked up with American Magic, the America's Cup campaign out of Pensacola, and the understanding is that there will be a boat built that will be kept in Florida that can be used for training, and they can book that. So that will hopefully help things along the way for those looking to climb up the ladder a little bit. We'll be here at the end of racing, hopefully in the mixed zone. It's going to be pretty dark at that point, and it'll be interesting to see who's had the better day and who indeed has come out on top. We'll see you then.